In this video, we'll take a look at a brief overview of Google Calendar. So we're going to start here at the top left corner where you see the three lines. It's called your hamburger menu. When you click that, the side panel disappears. Click it again, your side panel here will appear. Now, if we start going down, we're going to skip the create button for right now. That will be featured in another video. But on your side panel, you have your at a glance monthly calendar. You can go back and forth in time. Let's scroll down here where it says meet with. If you're trying to see when someone in our organization, whether it can be another teacher, it can be an administrator, or someone else, you want to see where you might have a time to meet. If you click your search people, I was to search a principal and then hit suggested times. Now you're going to see my calendar side by side with this other person's calendar, and we can find times where we can meet. So it will then suggest some times, show some conflicts, and will help us create a time for us to meet. Go ahead and close that out. Now keep on going. You have your booking pages. This is a little bit fancier, but you can create a link that you can send to people that will allow them to book time with you on your calendar. So if you find the need for that, that is right here. Simply click on the plus button, and then you give it a title, show them the times that you are available, that you would like them to book time, and then it will generate a link that you can share with people to book time on your calendar. Well, here's called Time Insights. So this kind of gives you an idea of how much time you are spending in meetings and other events. You click on More Insights, and then it will then show you just even more how your time is spent. So you have kind of cool little data visualizations to see there with Calendar. Now down here is probably one of the most important parts of Calendar here. You have right here My Calendars, and you have Other Calendars. Now, everything in the My Calendars list, these are calendars that you have created. It could be for different projects, different grade levels, different schools. I mean, I have calendars for a lot of different schools here that I've created. Or it'll show up here if someone else shares a calendar with you and they've given you edit permissions to that calendar, it will show up here. So any calendar in this list, you can not only put things in the calendar, you can edit things in the calendar, and you can deny access to the calendar to certain people or give access to people who need access to that specific calendar. Now, if you scroll down, the other calendars, these are calendars that you have access to that you can view only. If you notice here that next to, in both lists here, you see these check marks. So any calendar, no matter which list it's in, if it's checked, it will show up here in your chosen calendar view. So something to be aware of. Now, right here under other calendars, you have this plus button, which gives you a lot of options here. You click here, you can then subscribe to someone else's calendar. So, for example, if I click subscribe and I want to subscribe to Mr. Campbell, and I would again with his calendar, you would have to request access. If I were to try someone else here, try Jennifer Moore. She does not have protection on it, so I don't have to access to it. Now, if I scroll down, there it is. I can access Jennifer Moore's calendar. I can see things at a glance. I can view only her calendar. That's because we are all part of the same district. We can see each other's calendars. You can hover over anyone, and you can click there to unsubscribe if you like. Back to our plus button here, you can create a whole new calendar for yourself. So if you have a calendar for a project or maybe a sports season for a specific team, you can go ahead and create that calendar there. You can browse other calendars of interest. What that is other simple ones you may want to add to your calendar, such as public holidays. They have religious holidays that you can add here. They've even added sports calendars here. So MLB, baseball, all these different sports here, you are able to add to your calendar if you want that in your view. Again, completely totally up to you. Back to this plus button. There we go. You can then, if someone gives you a link to a calendar, you can click there, paste the link, and then it will give you access to that calendar, or you can import it. Sometimes people will give you a file to download, and when you download that file, you are able to access that calendar. All right, so last thing we'll take a look at here, if we come up to the top now, we have our view calendar view options here. So right here, for most people, defaults to month. You can change it from month to a single day, and then it shows you all the calendars that you have check marked. You can see them from the earliest time of the day all the way going down through the end of the day. Go to week, it shows you a week-long view of all your calendars together. You have we just show the month. You can have at a glance at a year. One of my favorites right here is schedule. It's one of them that I use daily. It shows you each day going from top to bottom here. And it shows you anything that's all day. It doesn't have a specific time. It shows you that first, and then it shows you ones with specific times right here. You can also do a 4-day calendar. which just shows you 4 days at a time. So whichever one works best for you, this is where you would go in order to change that. If you have any questions on this brief overview of Google Calendar, feel free to reach out at any time.